The Vedic Age. When ancient India became a civilization of ideas.
Imagine an India where knowledge was memorized, astronomy was observed, rituals shaped society, and powerful kingdoms were only beginning to emerge.
But after the decline of the Indus cities, what happened to the civilization of the Indian subcontinent?
One answer lies in the Vedic Age, a transformative era that reshaped language, religion, politics, philosophy, and social organization.
At its intellectual core stood the Rig Veda, one of humanity's oldest surviving collections of sacred poetry. Here is something extraordinary. Generations preserved enormous quantities of knowledge through remarkably sophisticated oral memorization techniques.
The Gurukul was not merely a classroom. It represented an ecosystem where discipline, memory, philosophy, and practical knowledge intersected. Fire became central to many rituals, symbolizing transformation, communication, and the mysterious relationship between humans and the divine.
Yet reducing Vedic civilization to rituals alone would be misleading. Its literature contains questions about existence itself.
Where did existence begin? Was there something before creation? These questions appeared thousands of years ago in ancient Indian thought.
But while philosophers questioned the cosmos, society itself was undergoing a dramatic transformation. Agriculture expanded, settlements became more permanent, and control over fertile land increasingly determined political power.
Horses and chariots also transformed warfare, mobility, and the political prestige of emerging warrior elites.
Gradually, political authority became more structured, creating the foundations for larger territorial mid-kingdoms. Eventually, the landscape witnessed the rise of powerful Mahajanapadas, large political territories that would reshape northern India.
The fertile Gangetic Plains became a demographic and economic powerhouse, supporting agriculture, trade, and expanding urban centers.
And with economic expansion came social stratification, new occupations, and increasingly complex hierarchies.
The Varna framework gradually became influential, although its historical development was complex and changed significantly across different periods and regions.
Historical evidence also reveals women participating in intellectual and religious traditions, though their social position evolved over time.
But here is where history becomes fascinating. Much of our understanding comes from texts, archaeology, and later interpretations. And these sources do not always tell exactly the same story. Historians must compare evidence instead of simply accepting tradition.
Then came an extraordinary intellectual evolution. Attention gradually shifted from external ritual toward the nature of the self and ultimate reality.
Upanishadic tradition asked profound questions about consciousness, identity, reality, and the relationship between the individual and the universe. You are that ultimate reality. The most remarkable legacy may therefore be intellectual, the conviction that reality itself could be questioned, investigated, and contemplated.
Because these ideas did not remain inside forests, they eventually collided with cities, kingdoms, commerce, and competing philosophies.
Northern India entered an era of intense intellectual competition, where different schools challenged established assumptions.
The intellectual ferment of this period would eventually create conditions for some of ancient India's most consequential political transformations. Centuries of agricultural expansion, political consolidation, and intellectual experimentation ultimately prepared the ground for the rise of powerful empires.
So the Vedic Age was not simply an ancient chapter. It was a long process through which ideas, institutions, and identities continuously evolved.
And this is where our next mystery begins. How did these scattered kingdoms eventually produce one of history's greatest empires?